Hello everyone, we are the Muncie Symphony Orchestra Ball State Woodwind Quintet, and today we're going to teach you a few things about the instruments we play, how we play music together, and what music means to us. But first, do you know what I mean when I say the word quintet? A quintet is a group of 5 people who get together and play music, and in our case, this is a woodwind quintet, which means that we're mostly made up of woodwind instruments. So, we're going to go from the highest to the lowest and tell you all about the instruments that we play.
Hi everybody, my name is Megan and I play the flute. My flute is made of all silver and this part right here is called the head joint. On the head joint is something called a lip plate and there's a hole in the middle that I use to play. Rather than blowing into the hole, I actually blow across it, and when I do that, I can make sound. Actually, if any of you have ever blown air into a glass bottle and you were able to make pretty sounds with it, you could probably play the flute too. To play different notes on my flute, I can press down on lots of different keys. When I play certain combinations of keys, I can play different notes and make music. Here's a short song that will show you a little bit of what the flute sounds like.
Hi everyone, my name's Madeline and I play the oboe. This right here is called a reed, but I have a very special kind of reed. It's made up of 2 pieces of special wood called cane, and it's put together like this so it kind of looks like a duck beak. Because of how it's made, I can make a really weird sound called a crow. But when I put it into my oboe, it makes a much different sound. Try to think of ways that I sound similar to and different than the flute.
Hello everybody, my name is Josh, and just like Squidward, I play the clarinet. Now, how I make a sound through my clarinet requires a couple of things. 1, this long tube with keys and buttons, and 2, a combination of this mouthpiece, this metal thing around the mouthpiece, and a wooden reed, most importantly. When I put that on my clarinet, I can make a sound. Now, because of all the buttons and keys on my clarinet, I can produce a wide range of sounds. I'll show you. Isn't that cool? Now, when I combine certain notes together, I can make beautiful music. I'll demonstrate.
Hi, my name is Corey, and I play the horn. The horn is unique in this group because it's actually a brass instrument, not a woodwind instrument. That means, 1, it's made completely out of metal, and 2, I don't need a reed or a lip plate to make noise because I actually do it by buzzing my lips into this mouthpiece, like this. When I put the mouthpiece in the horn, the sound of my lips buzzing travels through all of these tubes and pipes and comes out of the bell, and that sounds like this.
Hello everyone, my name is Sam and I play this really long, weird looking instrument called the bassoon. Much like the oboe, I also play a double reed instrument, but as you can see, my reed is a little bit bigger than the oboe's. So when I crow on mine, it makes a lower sound. So when I put my reed on this long metal bendy tube here called a vocal, that's how I get my sound. With me having all of these buttons and holes on my bassoon, I'm able to play really low and really high. When I use all of these different combinations of buttons and keys to play different notes, I can play different kinds of music. And if you've ever seen Fantasia 2000, you know that this is a song from Mickey Mouse.
So as you can see, all of our instruments are very different from one another. That means that we have to work together to play music with one another. Now I'm going to pass things over to Sam, and he's going to talk about how we dream when we play.
Hello everybody, in case you forgot, my name is Sam, and I'm going to be leading you all with our first activity. To start out, I'm going to have you all, in just a moment, close your eyes or put your heads down or whatever you're able to do while we play this first piece of music for you. It's a piece called Dream City, written by a man named Malcolm Arnold, who was a British composer. And a composer is somebody who writes music. So, while we play this music, we're going to have you all think of a story, or in a sense, dream, while we play. And afterwards, we'll have you all pause the video and talk with your classmates and your teachers about what you dreamt. This is Dream City.
For dreaming with us, and now we're about to move on to our next activity, which is all about art and music, and how we can find connections between the two. When musicians play music, we don't just think about the notes, the rhythms, and the melody. Sometimes all of those things combined creates an image in our mind as we play, and it helps us to understand what we're playing a little bit better. To show you what I mean, we're going to play 3 short excerpts, and we're going to have 3 paintings to go along with each excerpt. Before we start playing, I want you to take a photo in your mind of each painting and remember as we play. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear and see why we chose each painting for each excerpt. And maybe later, you'll be able to create a story of your own, keeping in mind what you just learned about art and music. Today, we're going to be playing our 3 excerpts from a piece called 3 Shanties, which was actually composed by the same guy as before, Malcolm Arnold. Here's the painting that will go with our first excerpt. Here is the painting for our second excerpt. And last but certainly not least, here is our third painting for our final excerpt.
Now, how this is going to work is we'll be playing 3 separate songs from a piece called Five Frogs, composed and written by a composer named Jenny Brandon. Your mission is, while we are playing those 3 separate songs, is to think of any story that you can come up with on your own and draw them in the box. And since we were playing 3 separate songs, your story will either continue from the first box all the way to the third box, or if you want to, at your own will, you can make 3 different stories if you want to. It's all up to you. So your stories can be funny, serious, or silly. Like I can make mine about space cowboys fighting aliens. Again, the sky's the limit in this activity, and there are absolutely no wrong answers. So now that I'm done explaining, we will begin. We will start with the first movement, so this will be the first box. This movement is titled Leaping. are done with the first movement, we will be going to the second movement. So this will be the second box. Now you can continue your story in the second box, or you can make a new one. It's up to you. This movement is titled On the Lily Pad. So now that we are done with the second movement, we'll be moving to the third movement. So this will be the third box. You guys can continue your story in this box, or you can make a new one. It's up to you. This movement is titled Swimming.
Thank you so much for watching our performance. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. One takeaway from today is that all music tells a story, and it will always be unique to you. So the next time you're trying to listen to music, close your eyes and think of a story that the music might be trying to tell you. Again, thank you for watching our performance. We are the Muncie Symphony Orchestra, Ball State Woodwind Quintet. Have a great day.